We're in pursuit of Freemason Nazi bioterrorist. Where'd we go? Where's Freemason Nazi bioterrorist? He's up here somewhere. I was just playing way up there in the front car. I was just playing They Are Billions, and whatchamacallit, the woman says, gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. So that was the car that that was the car that was right there at the light. This is when you fuck with the CIA, bioterrorists, Nazi bioterrorists, the NSA, Freemasons. When you talk about their war crimes and their crimes against humanity, they send women. These are the people who said for the Iraq war, well, why would she be pulling over? I'm not driving unusually. Not that she would notice. These are the people who say they used human shields. They used children as human shields. My dad taught me this. My dad used to drive 20 miles an hour, and I'd be like, Jesus Christ, there's people behind you. But now I got Freemason Nazi bioterrorists behind me. The gang stalkers. Gotcha. Gotcha. Like it was just in my head yesterday. Gotcha. Because she's saying it, and there's a weird spiritual attack involved with it. And I gotta be like, oh, I can't believe this is so strange. Nazi bioterrorists. Gang stalkers, and... Oof. Or else what do you do? My problem is I don't know who God is. Hey, these guys, might be the devil tempting me to fight all of Freemasonry all at once, but we all give in to temptations in little ways. They don't understand. All fail at this temptation. Oh, this is to the death, and you're the NSA, Freemason, Nazi bioterrorists? And you guys say you're God? Okay, this is to the death. I am driving along... What's this street where you guys can't find me with your assassins? Hey. I'm at the corner of Lakeview and this school over here. Lakeview Avenue. My life isn't usually complicated like this. I'm coming up on the place where I was like, damn, that hostess looks like, what's her name, Emmy Rawson? I want to go back there. That's me. Well, this is me plus Freemason Nazi bioterrorist gang stalkers. This is their program. If anyone notices them, you destroy their life, destroy their mind. I don't know who God is there, boys, but I'm very sure if it's Jesus, you guys are super on the wrong side of Jesus. If it's Yahweh, you guys are super on the wrong side of Yahweh. If it's karma, there's got to be some bad karma for bioweapon attacking the planet, waging false flag wars, faking all school shootings, faking all televised school shootings. They really happen. That's where they make an excuse for themselves and say, see, we teach the peasants morality. This makes them learn not to shoot each other in school while we sing them rap songs about shooting each other. They don't notice they have two heads. Hey. Anyway, all this goes on. Hey. All this goes on. Otherwise, it's a sunny, beautiful day in Freemason Nazi bioterrorist gang stalk land. The honest people who do honest things and make things honestly nice and pleasant. I used to love walking around here, happy and free. Nobody bothered me, I didn't bother anybody. Then they came with mind control torture. They said, "Hello from the other side, I must have called 1,000 times." They said, "Once you're mine, there's no going back." Boom. And then they had my brainstem with their snake thing. All this goes on. My trouble is I look at it and be like, like this is people being very unreasonable, and so whoever God is would have to understand that. If I can understand it, but I don't know where the proper God limits are. If I'm supposed to say, "Brother, I forgive you. Now kill me." Or if it's a proper Jewish thing and I'm legally right to defend myself. I don't know. It's too much for me. I grew up super Christian thinking, and I would always think, oh, if someone breaks into your house, all those people would talk about, "Hey, you just shoot them." And I'd be like, "Oh, that's not right. Like, it's your house, you can get away, It's not right to hurt somebody." But they want to hurt somebody in me. It's what they do everywhere. It's what they did with the Iraq War, with false flag 9/11. Don't you see how it's right to hurt them now? Like 99% of Iraq was sitting in the desert with families living happily. "Oh, but we found 1 in 1,000 is marrying a 9-year-old. Yeah, those are like the ultra rich ones, like not the ones you got shooting back at you when you go and shooting. Anyway, the maniacal false flag war profiteers have surrounded me as techno wizards. Oh Lord, they are at my brainstem and my eye sockets as demonic haunting people. What are you gonna do? Well, it's too much for me. This is, they get me. They get me. It's just like, again. I let it pass and I let it pass. I'm like, oh, they'll stop being evil Nazi bioterrorists. Surely. I used to shoplift for funsies. I got busted once. I never shoplifted again. I was very, grew up very Robin Hood minded. I was like, yeah, it doesn't really affect this super mega global corp. Probably wasn't right, but what are you gonna do? So when I say God forgive my debts, I gotta remember that I owe the owner of Tower Records like $250. Other than that, my crimes of hurting people do not exist in this life. It's always cannibals that set me off past God's reasonable court laws. Alright. Otherwise, I would be happy as that, God. That's why you hate me. Anyway. We have fun here, me and the Nazi bioterrorists. keep trying to figure out which way is God's way. I see all the deranged people, and I do the mental math. I'm like, well, they could be drunk on the blood of saints, I suppose. Yeah, we forgive, don't judge. Blah blah blah. Anyway, I can't sit with the Book of Revelation. It's too severe. I guess there's got to be a dividing line somewhere. I don't know. Maybe it's just warring factions. But anyway, dear Freemason Nazi bioterrorists, I ain't going nowhere. I know you guys cooked my brain out, and there's not much of me left, but you guys own the police, you guys own the FBI, you guys own the CIA, you guys own the NSA, you guys own MI5, you guys own German intelligence and Australian intelligence. You guys got lots of sold out cops working for your evil schemes, starting race wars and race riots for fun. You guys start gender wars for fun. You guys think you're God because you can move into a conversation and talk, and then people listen and they're like, oh, look, we have godlike powers. Too much for me. Too much for me. Again, I don't even know if there is a God. They tell me in their torture. King David, St. Francis, Simon, Peter, Daniel, and I don't even really know if there is a proper God. Maybe God had to take over because shit went so bad. And he's just sorting it out, and we're just being sorted out here. But I can't sort out like this. I couldn't possibly. I know me, I'm not super righteous. If I'd have grown up in slave state, I'd have escaped. I don't know that I would have stuck around to free a whole bunch of slaves. I would have felt bad about it, but they'd be like, I've escaped to New York. Haha, suck it, Alabama. Now they're capable of driving down to the corner of Franklin Avenue and Emerson and Wheeler. There's a triangle intersection here. You guys should be safe. Triangles make you safe. I shouldn't taunt them, but anyway. So this is the turn I make to go home. This is where the gotcha won. So I was going to be turning right in front of her, and I was making my turn to go home. And they said, well, the bioterrorism is proper and good, and poisoning 9,000 babies a day and telling people that there's science behind it is good. Won't you accept our way, and we'll cook your brain out and torture you, and then you'll believe this is our way and it's proper. I cannot. I still do not like you very much. I don't like being around a lot of people. Usually a lot of people bore me, but these guys, I used to appreciate everybody though. I used to appreciate everybody and their foibles. Now they've got me hateful and spiteful. They said, you're Anakin Skywalker. I said, oh no, is that why you're torturing me, God? Was I Anakin Skywalker? I said, you're King David. I said, oh, is this why you're torturing me, God? This is how I look at it. It's not really these guys torturing me. I say I faked my own death. I say God killed me. I'd have lived happily forever, but I didn't live. They cleverly said that I faked my own death. Very cleverly. How we doing? All right. Everyone's great. Yeah. What about you? The kids good? Yeah? All right. I know how life should be. I should be over at her house with a cake every other day. But I'm a lazy person. Yeah. This is when they swing their morality the other way with the Epstein stuff. I always think of her. She pursued her man when she was 14 and he was 18, and he was like, "You're too young," and she kept pursuing him, and then they were married for 50 years. I mean, I'm sure he waited until she was older than, but at the same time it would have been the 50s, so I have no idea how long they waited. But anyway. Anyway, crazy, insane people all about torturing me and killing me. And I'm like, okay, I got no way out. I got no knee over here, boys. Sorry. So anyway, all that goes on. Nazi bioterrorists doing Nazi bioterrorism. False flag war profiteers doing false flag wars. The CIA, the FBI, the NSA, the Freemasons. They say it's a Jewish thing, but I don't think I would have been screaming, "God forgive me," if I thought, oh, it's just, you just get to kill whoever you want. It's so much fun. But anyway, all that goes on in lovely sunny Valley Stream. My whole life, I never thought to hurt anybody. I knocked the kid down playing soccer once because he was bullying my friends, and I felt awful about it. That's about it. And I was 14 years old, 15 years old at the time. I ain't done a thing of violence over here my whole life, boys. You guys are special Nazi bioterrorists. Gang stalk torture people who run torture programs off false flag 9/11, even though you know you did it. And they say, "Oh, we caught the bad guys, we're going to torture them. Don't you see, this is great, we get to kill them." And then they get the weird smile. It's the thing that's got my brain that I try and fight against. The thing that keeps you from being human. Keeps you from being healthy or being yourself. This is why it's very important to be honest and truthful. And good. So you knew where you stand. But I did not see a strategic child molestation coming. I was 4 years old. I was too young to notice a special attack for Phil. I did not see their cozying up friendliness. They're seductive. "Oh, this is fun over here. Head over heels, where should I go?" All the happy songs of the 80s turn into suddenly, "Gonna pick the world up and drop it on your fucking head." So you guys do bioterrorism and sing happy sing-along songs? Like, I feel like there's some inconsistency here. Is my trouble is like I'm looking to God to heal everything, and I don't see how like this could be the. Otherwise, I wouldn't possibly trust God. But they're strange people. They're Nazi bioterrorists. Most people think they don't exist. I just found the thing in France where they're trying 20 Freemasons for murder. It's just their limited hangout stuff. Yeah, we appear to be honest. We've prosecuted 20 people. There's fucking billions of them. Not really. There's millions of them, and then most of them think that they're a social club that, you know, makes stop signs be extra annoying and placed more places. Most of them are decent, semi-decent, but the leadership doing bad stuff. They do very bad stuff. They can't be caught because they co-opted all major law enforcement. When I saw a problem and I had a rock, I knew how to handle it. When it was cannibals in a countryside, apparently, according to the storybooks, I knew how to handle it. I don't know how to handle civilized people who get together and 150 IQ people say, "Yeah, yes, well, we get you into the subprime mortgage and then at a 5% accrued interest rate on it." I don't know how to handle that stuff. I might have at one time, but I got all these mercury fillings fucking up my brain. I got the, I mean, all you can say is that it's wrong. Hey, it's wrong to be predatory towards other people. Even economically. And I get, some people are talented at some things, so it makes life slightly better in some ways, but at the same time, the sports star getting paid $1 billion and the sweatshop worker making the Nike shoes are part of the same, This is why I never did anything. They're part of the same system. It's just one guy's breaking his back and the other guy's wondering which supermodel he's going home with. Anyway, my problem for the day should be that I got a hole in my pocket and I have to sew it up. It should be my life for the day. Instead, Nazi bioterrorist mind control gang stalkers want me to back down here. To be fair, no superhero here. If they'd have stuck me in a basement and started pulling my teeth, I would have broken. But they didn't. They left me on Sunny Valley Stream with the with their gang stalkers, with the guy who rammed my car living 2 houses over, and the guy who repeats my private conversation to the air at 1 a.m. when I walk by. Another 5 houses over that way. My new neighbors. The bioterrorist frontline. Oh, what are you gonna do? What can you do? Well, what are you up to, Sonny? You're terrible about guarding against Nazi bioterrorists. They caught me in the street. I bet if she was tiger-sized, less people would fuck with me. Anyway. All that goes on. Beautiful Sunny Valley Stream. This should be what I'm worrying. I should be worrying about my plants. Instead, Nazi bioterrorists have a beef with God or existence or life, and instead of doing the proper prayer, shake your fist at it all. Like, yeah, well, it's sunny and nice if we torture people and sex cult indoctrinate them and pay them lots of money to assassinate people, poison the sky, food, water, and medicine with neurotoxins. This makes life wonderful for us. Somehow this is reality. Somehow this all goes on. Too many mystical woo things in my life. I miss science. I just learned that fact, so I know it. Now I know something. Now I'm like, alright, God, you know everything. What am I supposed to do here? I can't figure it out. Too much for me. Again, I say God, but maybe it's heaven. Maybe Zeus is up there in charge. He's like, that fool would never stand with my son Hercules. Well, Hercules wouldn't be like torturing random people, right? Hey, Zeus! Anyway, I have no idea. Makes no sense to me. I can argue with a lot of stuff in the Bible, but I can't argue with the ways of peace they know not. They're like, oh yes, we assassinate anybody who speaks against us, and we run our gang stalk torture program on other people, and then we have peace and nobody complains about it. They either don't want to be on the receiving end of, like, I'm sure a solid, probably 5 or 10% of doctors had a clue about COVID and just like, oh, whoa, I'll lose my practice, I'll lose my life, I'll lose my family, I worked hard for this. I don't know where the dividing line is there. I don't know if it's the Jesus line and you're failing if you say something, if you don't say something. My trouble with the book of Revelation is like the cowardly. None of the cowardly get in. I always looked at cowardly as something to comfort or help, but maybe that's because I'm so cowardly and I feel like I have empathy for it. I don't know. I do not know. Well, it's not a measure of justice. Cowardice is not a measure of justice. Who knows? Who knows? I don't know. Too much for me. For me, I have no fun if it's too religious. I remember being bored to tears in church. Oh, we're hearing this story again? I got it. You're not supposed to be bad to people. I get it. Anyway, I got these planes annoying me. No chemtrail bombs today, though. They don't want to make us too deranged before they finish their plans for a robot-controlled planet or whatever they're doing. But anyway, all the Nazis are here. I've gathered them all. Didn't mean to, but they swarmed. We're playing live action World of Warcraft. Hear my taunt, Nazi bioterrorists. Rawr. So anyway, all that goes on. Otherwise, getting ready to plant some plants. Well, they poison this is where I, fail. I poison 9,000 babies a day. Poison in the sky, poison food, poison water, poison medicine. Poison people. Poison animals. Too much for me. Way too much for me. And it's all bullshit too. Like, this is like, the rules are we get to kill whoever we please, but we don't kill you, we torture you. Oh, this is strange. It doesn't make sense to me. So, again, just to fully say who I don't agree with here. All the media that agrees to be quiet about all this evil shit and does all the evil shit and fakes all news. All of NATO, the UN, got problems with all of them. Just watching Iran shot down a F-15 or whatever. You can see how they run war. There's no Israeli tank that got blowed up in the news. There's Israeli soldiers doing awful things in war, and it's an awful war because it was false flag war engineered and it's pushed with apartheid and getting people hot because they're being mistreated. But at the same time, like, the same club is doing both of those things, but with the Israeli war there, hey, look at the evil that they do, but with, false flag 9/11, not one image of war. They killed 5 more soldiers today. Okay, but you guys killed 15 million of them. Like, you never mentioned that. So those aren't combat statistics. That's two economists wrote a paper. That's how many people probably died thanks to their water getting shut off in a desert. Not one image on the news all those years, but then the same club, they press people and they get a human reaction out of them, and the human reaction when they're pressing people with their false flag wars is violence and it lasts for generations too, right? It's not like, I mean, people adjust, but why does that Muslim guy have such a chip on his shoulder? I hate them. Look how he looks at us. Yeah, well, his grandmother, aunt, uncle, cousin, and sister's boyfriend all got killed. You guys are singing songs about it, smiling. So anyway, all that goes on. Too much for me. No way to be human here. But again, for my part, I fully expected them to kill me 17 years ago when I noticed them. And I said, oh shit, this is what I'm dealing with. This is all, oh, well, they're gonna kill me. Ugh. And they didn't. I was like, oh, they're gonna kill me today. Oh, they didn't. Hey. Well, anyway, all that goes on. Hey. Who knows who's got it right, but I know Nazi bioterrorists don't. I know gaslighting gang stalkers don't. If you want to go extreme, I know, do you agree to this legal agreement so that you can use our service, blah, blah, blah. I know the billionaires go wrong. I know the people who say, oh, 5 cents for a plastic bag. Oh, now it's 11 cents for a bag. While they're collecting, while they're worth $50 million or $100 million. You guys go heavily wrong. I always saw that stuff. I said, oh, this is not right. I don't have a big problem with it because it's not hurting people. This is some active Nazism. I believe their lies. I was like, oh, 9/11. Oh, are you going to fight them over that? Wait, don't you're supposed to forgive them and be good to them. They're no threat to you. I didn't know they were doing their New World Order stuff. I didn't know they were building Kingdom of Evil. Anyway, all that goes on. I got nothing for it. Too many Nazis. Hey. But again, for my part, their accusations are, I got the Mozart song, Source Unknown. I was listening to Tom Sawyer. I was like, oh, is this me? Is this what you're saying? Rush Tom Sawyer. Well, you're saying this about me? But anyway, the Tom Sawyer lesson is like he has someone else paint the fence for him. But then the Mozart song was like, they goose step, swab his deck. I was like, okay. I sure hope that's God, because I think it's hysterical, but I could be wrong. Because I was always willing to help out. I was always willing to. And I said, oh no, this is wrong and this is wrong. And pretty sure their club of singers gave me a healthy dose of look at it in a punk rock way, and I said, oh yeah, okay, well, long live anarchy then. They are all cheating. I see your point. Good job not participating. So anyway, all that goes on. Too much insanity. And then they put it on me. They're like, oh, somebody save me. I'm like, I can't. I'm sorry. It's not in my wheelhouse. If I could, I would. I can't. That's the God stuff. That's up to Zeus and Elysium or Yahweh and Zion or something. Jesus in the kingdom of heaven. I don't know. I have no idea. Too many, okay, I really need to know more about this to say something. Alright, God, tell me. Otherwise, it's just sweatshops and slavery and blaming migrants for problems that billionaires create, and billionaires using them as a scapegoat, impressing themselves that they can make people violent and angry, and then they say, oh, see, we are God, we know God's ways, see, we made them fight each other and blame the poor migrants. The same people, the same club that sent ICE also faked Alex Preddy's death and Renee Good's death. And then those people went and cleaned up on GoFundMe. It's like a signing bonus for Club Evil. George Floyd, fake death right in time for election cycle when people are talking about geopolitics and stuff, traditionally anyway. They fried our brains so much with the neurotoxins, people don't get concerned with that anymore. But anyway, traditionally when people are talking geopolitics, George Floyd got $14 million on GoFundMe for his fake death. His sister got, $1 million, and his brother got $400K, and his daughter got $2 million on GoFundMe. The woman who, one of the lead mothers in Sandy Hook, fake hoax Sandy Hook, has made $130 million with her charity, and it's like a website, so like it probably costs $10K a year to keep up. And her official salary is like $258K a year for being CEO of that company. And then, whatchamacallit? These planes are annoying the shit out of me. Oh yeah, it was another Sandy Hook charity I looked up. Where it was like, I don't have the name right, but it was like, like Robert Smith, CEO, 78K. Robert Jones Smith, CEO, 150K. But this is because the FBI is involved in fake school shootings, covering up assassins and stuff, protecting false flag war profiteers. Like that would be their wheelhouse, according, what's written on paper, what people believe their taxes are going to. Would be to stopping this. My friend's mom with the scammers, she's giving them $200 a week or whatever. You can't convince her that Tom Selleck's not going to come to her house and play tennis with her boyfriend because the scammers told her. Like that should be international fraud, and that should be, I don't know whose job that is, but whatever they're doing, they're also involved in Club Freemason, doing all the evil shit and making life suck. So anyway, all that goes on. Otherwise, lots of awesome people around here. I miss sitting around and appreciating people and making fun of stuff. I can't handle the seriousness. I know it's incredibly serious, and then at the same time I'm like, alright, well, God, okay, so they're gonna kill them and they're gonna kill me, and I'm like, okay, but what happens next? But they run their rape clubs, and there's a woman, what's her name, Anna Q. Lucas talking about she was raped from the age of 5 years old to 9 years old for some Belgian sex cult, and somehow you never hear about that. Like if the news was who they said they were. Holy shit, do we have a story today? But it's a club of rich people that pay their salaries, so they have to fake all news. Because if they didn't fake all news, there'd be real reporters. And if there were real reporters would destroy them, or they would have to assassinate them like they did with Gary Webb and Bill Cooper. I'm sure many others. And then that would make them think that, oh wait, maybe we're not the secret club of Nazi evil that does good. Too much for me. Too much for me. Here goes my gang stalking neighbor. Right, the CIA sends these people. Not these people, but these people. Hey. Hey. Is it the CIA that employs you, or who is it? They don't want to talk. I watch movies, I'm clever. When he rammed my car, that was after a solid 13 years of gang stalking. I said, oh, you work for the company? And he said, yeah, you work for the company? Like he got scared, like he fucked up his assignment or something. But again, these are the people they send at me, yeah. Obama didn't have the balls to show up in Valley Stream and say, I'm gonna torture you. The CIA chief of operations didn't have the balls to show up in Valley Stream and say, I'm just gonna kill you. Instead, they send broken looking people. They look broken because they're doing broken things. There's an endless parade of them. That's where your tax dollars actually go. That's how there's missing trillions of dollars. Like the gang stalking thing is pretty common. They do it to a lot of people. I remember years ago, the Daily Show ran a story about a grandmother who was protesting fracking and they ran her off the road. Nobody was ever caught for that. Like, these people have eyes on everything. They're tracking everything. But nobody was ever caught for that. Nobody was ever arrested for that. But anyway, my trouble is I can't fight demons, so I don't know if that's Jesus' purview or Yahweh's purview or this is my bad karma or what, but too much evil demonic activity for me. I say demonic, but in Old Testament context, it's sins of Egypt clinging to you. New Testament context, it's unclean spirits and demons. I mean, I'm just guessing. Old Testament context, it's Baals or Molech or something. Something wants people burning babies alive. Well, people are too civilized for that. But what if you just poisoned all of them with neurotoxins, and then the evil brain snakes would have more people brain homes? I don't know. It's too much for me. Too much for me. I just can't believe it. I can't believe they do it, and then I can't believe they don't stop. Like, they're billionaires and millionaires, and they just keep... No, we're right. This is the club of evil. You don't understand. Well, peasants don't understand. We must poison their babies in the sky and food and water and medicine, and then we'll run a false flag, and then we'll fake a school shooting, and yeah, so and they don't understand. You will understand. That was what dude's daughter told me in the torture. In the car ramming. She wasn't in the car, but then when the cops showed up, she was in the car. When the cops showed up, she, whatchamacallit? When the cops showed up, she was a witness. And she walked over to me. I'm sitting there waiting for the cop to do his thing. I didn't say anything. I figured he'd figure out that it was obviously 100% his fault, but somehow since I didn't say anything and she came and witnessed, I was too tired and fried to deal with it. But Freemasonry owes me $4,000 every year in insurance. They upped my rates. And again, it was like they always do games. They do like, so I was at that intersection back there and a bicycle pulled out in front of me, stopped short. Then I go down the street over by Prince Umberto over there. Car pulls out, stops right in front of me, like just almost hitting me. I turn, go back home. Another car pulls out in front of me, stops short in front of me. And then he's hanging out in the street, and I'm like, these motherfuckers. So I didn't give him a wide berth, but he stopped hanging out in the street, and I go by him, and he floored it into my car. Hey. That's the CIO, that's the NSA, that's these big boys over here. Hey. My trouble is I let a lot of stuff pass, and I shirk a lot of responsibility, but they got me doing self-defense over here. Year 18. Is it year 18? It's not really year 18 yet of gang stalk torture. It's still year 17 of mind-controlled torture. They cooked my brain 6 separate times. Like to the point of like, oh, I'm dying now, I'm dead. That's their will-breaking program that they do. Well, I was always the guy that looked at horse trainers and said, you're disgusting. True to my San Francisco roots. Just let the horse be happy. Why you break its will to... We made a horse run in circles. We're amazing. Wow. Anyway. Sick people. Everybody's sick. It's probably nobody's fault but the brain snakes, and that's the trouble. How brain snakes got us blaming each other. Maybe that's it. That's the whole problem. I don't know. Anyway. All that goes on.